I think people definitely identify myself with the number 22. It's been a number that has grown with me. I've grown with it. And it definitely takes on a whole new meaning on Thanksgiving. When Chris Dolman first brought Remember the 22 to me, I was trying to get an understanding what it was all about. The one thing I absolutely love about our sport is it's all about teamwork. And it's the same for our veterans as well.
All over this land, we built monuments to honor fallen heroes and recognize the sacrifices they made on foreign soil. But what about the ones who come home? Remembering the 22 is not just a tribute, it's a cause. 22 veterans take their own lives every day. That's a number none of us can live with.
Our military, for me, is those guys are my heroes.
Chad Alcox, I served in the Marine Corps from 2003 to 2007.
Sergeant Andy Chorley, I did 2 tours.
Jeremy Caldwell, United States Army, retired medic. I signed up pre-September 11. My basic thing was I wanted to get the heck out of Colorado as fast as I could.
There's nothing I ever wanted to do with my life besides be a soldier.
You don't fight for yourself. If you fight for yourself over there, people are going to get killed. You fight for one another.
Being a medic, you know that your job revolves around the life and death of people. But there's no one I've ever met who's ready for the scope of what we dealt with in Iraq and Afghanistan.
When they join the military, they're trained for war. They're not trained to come home.
You leave part of your mind over there. You leave part of your soul over there. So we have to continue fighting this fight here.
There's a lot of soldiers that have been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress syndrome, and they find their way of dealing with this either through alcohol, drugs, which leads into more depression.
Isolation is absolutely toxic for an individual suffering from combat stress or post-traumatic stress disorder. It isolates them from society, their family, their friends.
They become fixated on what they should have done better, what they could have done different.
You feel like you're worthless. You just want to give up.
You're ready to quit, and you're like, there's this easy road out.
I was tired of losing brothers. I was tired of seeing little kids that were my kids' age, dying. And I went and put a gun in my mouth. But couldn't get myself to pull the trigger, and I'm to the point now where I don't want to go back to that darkness, but I'm tired of watching friends go to that darkness.
After getting out and attempting suicide, I didn't realize how it would affect the people around me. It's one of the most selfish things you can possibly do, because you're ending your life, so you're coming up with a long-term solution to a temporary problem, but you're giving everybody else around you a nightmare for the rest of their lives.
22 a day is it's not just a number that someone drew up. I mean, you've got 20 plus people, pictures. They all have stories. Sorry. They all have stories. They all have people that love them who don't have them.
Everybody has a story to be told, and everybody has something great in them. Your story is out there. You can still tell your story. And to be able to tell your story could save the life of somebody.
What's up? What's going on? What's going on? Good.
I seen you the other day. Remember the 22 is an opportunity now. Our goals are being able to get guys out of their homes, get them into things that they enjoy.
You get with an organization like this, and you're able to go out fishing and hunting.
It's more the camaraderie.
It's really getting the veterans around other veterans again. We got through war by helping one another. We got to get through back home by helping one another.
I deal with PTSD issues, and just to get back in the natural society, it's difficult.
You don't have to be a Hall of Famer. You don't have to wear the number 22. You just got to have a heart for people, a heart for life.
In the military, no one gets left behind, and this is just a case of that. No one needs to get left behind.
If we don't remember the 22, then everything's for nothing.
I think a lot of men and women forget what to be thankful for when they're in a dark place. But it's important to understand the good things and pick out the good things.
Today's not the end of the story. And if you keep going, then you'll get to a good place.
Some days you don't understand how worth it is until, you know, I walk through my front door and I have my curly-headed 8-year-old bounding down the stairs and jumping into my arms. You know, those things seem minuscule in everyday life until you realize that I almost never saw those things again.
It's our purpose to be the key to help them learn how to be home again and to be thankful for what we can do rather than focus on what we can't is when we can truly make a difference. And for that, we should be thankful.